Now we look like anchors.
Anchors. Go back to okay. So it's the Todd and Erin morning stream on GetPartDaily.com.
Ron Burgundy
Ron
will
Burgundy.
never, ever leave us.
Go back to your dirty island, pirate island.
Good morning to everybody on Facebook. Hello, how are you too, Kim? I like you. Oh, Karen, hi, thank you. Yes, I appreciate that. This is gonna be a cool morning for
my
this.
sister, she says she's got a friend listening in New Hampshire.
I appreciate that
Right.
very much because we can use all the pity listens
This
that we
is
can
true.
get. So
Let's talk
it's
about
the Black Diamond Experts, Electric, Plumbing, Heating, and Air Cam this morning.
Right.
Are we getting a musical accompaniment
Yes.
to our Black Diamond?
That, and also we're going to
Experts.
tell them some of the 4 of the stories that are coming up today by the mystery guitarist.
Really?
Yeah.
We're having accompaniment.
He's awesome, isn't he? All right,
I am, but-
we're going to be talking about how to fly first class anytime you want, which is awesome. We got festivals coming up. We've got that. We've also
There's also a new personality study that came out about Facebook. It's from BYU. We'll be
Right.
sharing that too. And we have the 2 stupidest people in the entire world.
not us.
Traditionally, when you steal things, you probably shouldn't list them on your social media.
So all
it's
that's
helpful
ahead.
If you
Thanks, guy.
cool. That
Nice.
was suave.
That's
man.
nice.
I feel almost more professional now.
That was awesome. For $1.
Well, see, how good was that? That makes me very
Oh
proud.
wait, I have to
So
take
anyway-
this. It's Jen. Hi there. How are you? Hang on 1 second. No, it's my sister. My niece hasn't had her baby yet. We've just been kind of watching, so had to take it. It's an emergency phone call. So there you go.
That's kind of a given. I
Yeah.
think everyone understands. If you were delivering the baby, there'd be a little more urgency
This
there.
is
but
true.
This is the uncle. It's still important.
Well, once again, last couple days have been death, dry death. though.
105 degrees in this life-sucking dust bowl of doom.
This shot is going to look like some Western movie, Clint Eastwood in the desert
No,
with
actually,
an empty canteen.
no. Basically, it's going to be somebody's backyard with
Oh my
dead grass,
gosh.
and all of us are sprawled around the kiddie pool,
Right.
arm wrestling. That's so pathetic.
You know what's funny is
And we've
that
got 3 more days of this, so we've got that to look forward to.
what we should do is we should fix the air conditioning in our car.
You think?
75 miles an hour down I-15, windows open, not good, not good.
And you know the saddest part? Whenever you see somebody with their windows down,
Oh, I know.
you're like, oh, you just don't have AC, do
Oh.
you? You know, you're trying to put your elbow out all cool, like, oh no, man, I like the fresh air, and they're like,
No,
you
you're
just don't have
dying.
AC,
You're
do
like
you?
putting more wind on you like that.
That's so sad. That's why I always know when somebody's riding a bicycle but they're smoking a cigarette at the same time.
DUI. Yeah.
Yeah, always.
So tell me something good. Let's start this up. Now that we've talked about the heat of death, tell me something good. Let me warn everyone when we do these.
This is not going to start bad.
They usually
This is a
start out
nice one.
tragically,
Usually
like
there's some sort of horrific incident. But
alligator
This one,
bites and stuff.
no, because this was a really nice one because Morgan King is a young lady. She's 19 years old.
Okay.
And she had a baby very young. The father's not in the picture. Her parents would have nothing to do with it.
Oh.
And she said, that's okay. I'm going to finish high school and I'm going to go to college. So she finished her first year of college, straight A's.
Nice.
Working, got a scholarship, working, having the baby.
Right.
And then when she does go to class, usually her grandparents will help her. They'll watch her little one for her.
Oh,
that
so
she
it's
can make
funny.
the classes.
Grandparents give her some love and her parents don't.
There's a little irony there. So she was about to bring Corbin over for her morning classes, and her grandmother said, "Oh, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I've got to take your grandfather to the ER. He hurt. I'm worried about his hip. Blah blah." So she's freaking out because she's had
What is she going to do?
perfect attendance. I
Right.
mean, perfect. She has never ever had that. So she emailed her professor, Sally Hunt, and said, "Look, I'm really, really sorry. I'm going to miss today, and I'm so sorry. I feel ill because I'm never late, and I'm always there. But
Baby first.
But my babysitter's gone." So this is what she got back, like instantly.
Yeah.
Professor Hunter said, "In the future, if you're having trouble finding someone to watch Corbin, bring her with you." She said, "I would be absolutely delighted to hold the baby while I teach so that you can still pay attention to the class and take your notes." She says, "Look, I work for the Department of Child and Family Studies. How terrible would it be if we were unwilling to have a child visit our class?" So she said, "Look, I'm very serious. Just bring Corbin with you next time."
Oh my God.
And the funny thing about it is this hit Twitter, and they became Twitter famous. And she got a phone call from the college administrator's office saying, "The dean would like to see you." And so the professor's like, "Oh crap! Did I just?" And she went in there, and
Principal's office.
so she went in. He's standing there, and he goes, "You are exactly the kind of professor I want at this school." And he gave her this big fat plaque. I'm hoping there was a raisin involved in it, but
I would hope so,
So-
after the pokey thing.
no. But I'm just saying, as the college as a whole, I just love the concept that they
Yeah.
all seem to get this, that how important it was that one way or another the students have got to get to class.
Well, we were talking about that, a little while back. The professor actually carried the baby
the Israeli
around.
professor.
Just carried the baby around, teaching the kids.
Just this
bouncing.
epic 70-year-old dude. It was amazing.
And then the lady in Parliament, I think it was England, wasn't it?
No, that was Australia, and she was
was-
nursing her baby while she was making a point of motion on the floor of the.
It's like, well, it's what kids do. It's like, I think it's awesome.
Isn't it nice that we're a little bit past the era of children should be seen and not heard? It's like, well,
Well, some. I met a couple of kids that,
it's like, there's a
and
limit.
sometimes ours.
Mostly ours, but there's a limit. But it's nice to know that it's like, look, it shouldn't have to destroy everyday life if you can support these, especially these younger parents who are really struggling and
Right.
they want to be better, they want to be more.
We've done that in
know?
airports when you see some poor woman just struggling. Maybe she has twins or she has a brand new baby and a 1-year-old or something. And they're just, things are falling off her. It's always nice to stop. And you've done that. I've done
No,
that.
Todd did something amazing. It was this girl, she couldn't have been more than 19, and she was coming from Topeka, Kansas, and her
right.
husband was stationed in Hawaii. She was pregnant, and then she had a 1-year-old, and
A carriage.
and just like this huge amount of women, the plethora of stuff that you have to have with kids. And she looked half in tears when they told her that she was like 2 terminals away to catch her flight.
And it was.
So Todd says, Erin, take the baby. So I took the baby. He starts pushing the gigantic trolley of stuff, and the mom's like apologizing all the way through. And Todd's like, "Don't be silly.
Keep up.
Of course you should do this."
No, it's because we had some time. We're in a rush to get on
I
the
have
plane.
always loved you for doing that, though, because I'm embarrassed to admit I didn't really notice, but you were the one who paid attention and saw that she needed the help.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the airport and help someone else out, so you'll love me even more.
I don't think you're allowed to take people's luggage now and walk with them. I think that's called stealing. It's a little different.
All right, since we're talking about babies, let's just keep going. Florida lady, Fort Myers, 7 days away. 7 days away from her due date, right?
Oh, man, can you imagine?
Well, think about that.
At that point, it's like, give me an ice cream scoop. I will take the baby out myself.
It's like our niece. That's like our niece. She's like
Stephanie, I
right
know.
there.
Oh, maybe Stephanie shouldn't be listening to this
Oh,
story.
yeah.
Stephanie,
hang on.
go
Wait.
turn off the show for right now. Just for right now, dear.
Maybe it will be better if she can't see. Okay.
I don't think that's going to work, baby.
She got hit by lightning in the head.
She can still hear.
Maybe not. Maybe her pregnancy has taken her hearing away. The lady got hit in the head with lightning.
It's just the worst thing ever. Yeah, and so they've rushed her to the hospital.
Yeah, and they took the baby out because she was injured, obviously, being hit by lightning. Baby is fine.
Baby's in excellent condition.
Right. And so everything worked out. She's coming back and she's recuperating. And that's just a horrible thing. Not even.
No, but there is a happy
If you're not
ending. They
pregnant.
delivered a healthy baby.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a miracle.
Because the strike could have hurt the baby as well, but
Right.
it didn't.
Baby came out wearing sunglasses, probably. Maybe not. It's too bright. Never mind.
You're just full of interesting ideas today, aren't you?
Just.
It's almost like you've taken cough syrup or
I'm
something.
just an idiot. It's probably the lack of. All right, so let's get to the news.
All right. Before we go to Daisy in the Gephardt Daily studio, we would like to tell you about Robert J. DeBry. If you need help, Robert J. DeBry's got offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy, and St. George. Just go to robertdebry.com. Also, Executive Transportation. This is elegant California classic style limo service at a ridiculously affordable Utah price. You can book your drive by going to executiveutah.com, and all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. 24-hour service. And if something hasn't broken in your house that was designed to keep you cool, it will this weekend.
It will.
allutahplumbing.com. Daisy, good morning. What's going on?
Hello everyone, here's what's making news on GephartDaily.com. A canine belonging to the Unified Police Department that was shot and killed during a fugitive arrest in Mill Creek Wednesday night has been named as Belgian Malinois Dingo. An emotional Sheriff Jim Winder told Gephardt Daily the dog, a 5-year veteran of the police department and a cancer survivor, was killed when officers from a joint task force performed a felony traffic stop near the intersection of 33rd South and 1100 West. The fugitive, identified as Tory Massey, ran from his vehicle, prompting police to sick the dog on him. Massey then fired at the dog, killing him. Fire crews in southern Utah continue to make steady progress in their fight against the 2-week-old Brian Head fire. The fire has grown in size to more than 68,000 acres, but containment effort is also growing and now stands at 75%. Crews working in the southern portion of the fire will continue to monitor, secure, and mop up any areas where heat still exists to reduce the threats to containment lines. And the West Valley City Police Department is warning the public of a rash of thefts from open garages over the July 4th holiday weekend. These burglaries are crimes of opportunity, and thieves are pretty much taking anything they can find, police said. The area the thieves targeted is between 7200 West and west of 6680 West, and from 3100 south to 3500 south. And the temperatures are staying in the triple digits, but getting a little cooler. We're expecting a temperature of 102 today, 101 Saturday, 100 Sunday, and 99 Monday. You may see a pattern emerging there. We're likely to see thunderstorms today and Sunday. That's it for now. For more news and weather, go to gebhardtdaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
Thank you, Daisy.
That's too hot. I don't want that anymore.
I don't think we have a
We
choice.
just all complain, don't we? We just complain too much.
All Utah plumbing.
All Utah plumbing, if you're looking for something, let's say you have pipes that have water on the outside, that is a bad thing. You don't want that to happen. There's someone who can put that all back in. It's all Utah heating, plumbing, and air. Plumbing, heating, and air. And if you got the sprinklers that aren't working, you have brown spots in your yard, they can take care of that. They can work your furnace, they clean it, they check it, they can empty it and clean out your hot water heater and your AC unit, put a new one and replace it. If it's broken, they are ready to help, and they have 24-hour service. So if you need some help with plumbing, don't do it yourself. That would be stupid. Give them a call at allutahplumbing.com.
Now, see, this is the kind of studies I would have enjoyed when I was back in college.
What kind of study?
They actually have a social media section in a lot of their media and journalism classes now down at BYU, and they conducted this really cool study about Facebook. And what they were trying to do is discern the personality types of people who utilize the social media
Oh, this would
platform.
be great.
And what they did is they kind of finally consolidated it into 4 distinct types.
Wow.
Number 1, relationship builders.
Relationship builders.
And this is actually cool, and this is a lot of what we do, I think. We log onto Facebook to help foster our relationships. We create new ones with new friends.
Okay.
We revisit
Support.
with old people that we've known for a long time. Like you, you're in Unity College in Maine.
Right.
Probably not the best, thing of keeping up with alumni because they're all over the world. But you ran into a whole bunch of your friends from school
Right.
through Facebook.
I owe them money.
Probably. That's too bad. Town criers. Now, these are the traditional Facebook users. They basically just talk about what's going on with their lives. They show pictures of their cat.
Right.
The latest, pie that they might have made. They're the town criers. They just kind of share stuff.
Their stuff.
Selfies. Researchers say these users care more about self-promotion than anything else, obviously, also including selfies. We do have one guy who sends us messages like every week with a very long list of all of the things he's done that week that will make him famous. And we read it being kind of confused and then go, okay,
But he's our friend.
there you go.
Because we have how many?
And it's interesting because the study found these people feel vindicated when they receive more notifications on Facebook. The first thing they'll do is go up and they'll check in the upper right-hand corner and see how many notifications they have.
Okay.
So it's like a point of pride that you have 99 because it
Well,
clicks
it
at
is.
100 and starts over.
It's nice to know that you're being engaged. Like I put up meat sales.
Those are very popular.
And I put up cooking stuff.
Now, window shoppers, these are funny. We used to call them lurkers.
They are lurkers.
But they're the exact opposite of town criers. They have a Facebook account, but you won't really see much on their page.
Ever.
They go on to kind of lurk around everybody else's pages and kind of see what's going on.
Never
and then
comment.
They slip back out again.
Never comment.
Those are your 4 types. I
But
just
we
thought it
know
was interesting.
we know a couple because they said, oh yeah, that thing with the boat and that was great and the video was hilarious. And I was like, you're on Facebook? And he goes, yeah. You're friends with us? Yeah. I've never seen anything from you. He goes, I know.
Professor Steve Holliday was interesting. He said something nice, though. He said, I'm actually encouraged by the trend of Facebook. He said, what he's found is that I go on and I see that people have a desire to participate in conversations. It's an opportunity that they want to be able to express themselves and
Right.
communicate back and forth with other people. Because a lot of complaints, he says, is that social media and online, but it's very isolating, very self-involved, and doesn't really connect you with anyone else. But he says he sees the exact opposite with some of the platforms like Facebook.
Oh.
So I thought that was really
That
nice.
is cool. That is cool. We
See,
have
we're
a
not all bitter
big,
and alone.
we have a big thank you to do this. The numbers keep coming in and for the show, and it's ridiculous how many of you. But
Oh, they're
we want to
showing
say
up the
thank
serve-
you,
Showing off
Christopher's.
the fillets again.
So we have dinner at Christopher's, and you can take 3 people with you. And oh my gosh, you're killing.
This is why I can't look at
You're
it because then I
killing
can't
me.
concentrate.
No, no.
And so it's glorious food. You and 3 friends go, and then also we've got March from Executive Transportation who brings you there via limo service, takes you back. That way you don't have to find a parking space. There's no designated driver. We just take care of you. So the simple plan is this. You go on one of our Facebook pages. You can go on Gephardt Daily, Gephardt Approved, or the Todd and Erin Facebook page. Just like the show today, make a comment, share, and you're done. That's all you have to do to enter. And as a matter of fact, that's exactly why Kim S., congratulations to my beautiful Kim S., you are now going to Christopher's with 3 of your
Very
favorite friends.
cool.
Yeah, so thank you. And,
So thank
and
you.
enter again because we'll be drawing another name next Friday.
All right, coming up next, we got festival update because there's not enough festivals to go around. Well, there is actually, and we've got more of them coming up next.
Todd and Erin's Morning Stream, brought to you by Black Diamond Experts. Electric, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. You'll be glad you called an expert. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Santee City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com. The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is actually available anytime at gephardtdaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page.
All right, festivals. I'm surprised that there are this many festivals, and I think they're awesome and they're wonderful. But what do we have?
Well, it's interesting because we do have a ton of stuff, but a lot of them are starting to take place more now in August, and we had a bunch in June. July is like death month of hell because of the 104-degree temperatures every day. So there's fewer to go for than usual. Of course, one of the given ones is the Payson Scottish Festival because Todd and I are Scottish, and we don't care how hot it is because our brains are already boiled. So it's
Plus,
really not a problem.
Nothing cooler than wearing a kilt with.
Really, like a nice brisk up with the kilt and
I
everybody's
like the
happy.
Marilyn Monroe look.
And it's very, very good. However, there is the Twilight Concert Series going on. That's going to be down at Pioneer Park. Tickets are only $5 in advance and $10 day of the show, and they've had some amazing ones. Absolutely amazing.
Do you remember
artists.
the crowds? The
Yes.
crowds were like they had no idea they
Wasn't
were
there
going
like 30?
They packed the place.
There was like 20,000 once, and you could see the whole organizing team going. That's a lot.
We've underestimated the coolness of this.
Utah Shakespeare Festival is also opening this weekend with a brand new theater. The old one was an exact replica of the theater that Shakespeare used during the medieval times, but the new one, I guess, is very, very high tech. Some people are missing kind of the old school style, but it looks really exciting. So there's definitely places to go this weekend as long as you bring your own air conditioning with you. That's it.
So that's it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, very good.
All right, Black Diamond Experts, and this is plumbing, heating, air, electrical.
Should I leave?
I think you probably should.
I'm going to leave.
I'm a very proud endorser of Black Diamond Experts because I have the cool kids. And they have 24-hour service. They're licensed, bonded, and insured. When you're opening your door to a complete stranger, even if he's got a shirt with a logo on it, you're like, do I know who you are? And you don't know if you're comfortable. With these guys, you are. Now, the nice thing about... Thank you, Patrick. The nice thing about this, I had found out something about them the other day that really surprised me. They've been doing this for almost 2 years now, where they actually went to Gephardt and they went to Unified Police and they said, we would like to help people. We would like to do more than we have, and we were hoping that you could give us some ideas. Good morning, Timothy. How are you?
Doing well. How are you doing?
Good. Timothy, of course, is the general manager of Black Diamond Experts. Have you seen any of this footage yet?
No, I have not.
It's pretty cool. This is from yesterday, and I guess it's basically designed to help families in need with the things that really matter. But yesterday, they went out on a project, and I thought it was quite amazing. Can you show them a little bit of the tape?
Air conditioning seemed like a luxury, and so we had these other things we had to take care of first. And so that just kind of got put in the back burner. We've had some car problems that we've had to take care of, and the kids in their different sports and activities, and those seem to come up all the time, and it's more important for them to do that, it seems like. I think it's pretty amazing. I'm really excited to get air conditioning and not have my kids complain, and and it's really hard to sleep at night because there's no airflow and it's hot.
Okay, it's the Unified Police Force that actually came into this project with you guys and gave a recommendation. How are they finding these people?
I'm not exactly sure. I know that they're out there. They're looking for families in need while they're out doing their duty. And so, you know, I know that Sean, the detective, gave us a call regarding Heather and Tolls, and they said, hey, we've got a family in need. They've had AC, or they've been without AC for 2 years now.
Oh.
Do you want to help them? And we said, absolutely want to help them. So we were lucky enough to be able to have time and have the resources yesterday to go out there and provide them with an AC and a coil. So today they have cooling finally.
Oh, can you imagine? Can we see a little more of that, Brandon?
Sometimes we come across people who, for various different reasons, are just not able to make it through with things. I've known that this family has been without air conditioning for well over a year. You know, they have 4 wonderful children, and they just couldn't make it through, so I approached Gephardt Daily and requested some assistance through those business partners that we've developed, and they were able to reach out to some of their business partners, such as Black Diamond, and make this happen for this family.
Being the general manager of a company that takes care of its community, I mean, you feel great about that. Being able to provide families with that hot water or the cooling. Right now, you know, it's 100 degrees outside, and if the family can't get cooling inside, it's so uncomfortable. To be able to provide them with that comfort makes you feel really good.
Okay, Tim, I think this is like the coolest thing, and I know that initially it started with you guys helping like around Christmas and doing some of those things where you were going out and getting clothes and toys and getting involved with Unified Police and the families and the holidays. And that part must be a lot of fun, because that's the fun part where you get to go, here's treats.
Yeah, that's actually a funny story, because we did get involved in that. Where they went out and they provide, I think it was Chick-fil-A provided breakfast, and then they got to get some free clothes and some shoes, and it was around Christmas time when my sister came over and she was explaining to me that, you know, she was one of the participants of this.
Oh, you're
and I was
kidding.
like, yeah, we were involved in that. That's so cool to be able to see firsthand families that are benefiting from it, and it's your own family. So
I mean, that's where it's got to hit really hard for you, because I mean, you're right. You're thinking about the fact that these are people you love, and you know that they might be struggling, and the fact that you get to swoop in and you get to be the cavalry. That part to me, I think, would be the best.
Yeah.
That you get to use your resources and be, I'll step in. I'm here for you.
Yeah. It's so great. I mean, being in this community, I mean, that's the most important thing, is if you've got the means, why not support the community that's supporting you as a company? There's no reason not to. And there's so many families that need heating or plumbing or AC or anything. And us as a service company, we've got to give back.
You know, it's interesting, because I think that the new clothes are important, and it's fun to have the breakfast and go out and get a toy. But when you're really talking about the basic elements of day-to-day existence that really, truly matter to a family, what you do, I think, is even more crucial, though. The fact that you can keep a child warm during the winter. Yeah. The fact that this family, you said it was 92 degrees in the house on 4th of July?
Yeah, when I was talking with Heather, she said on the 4th of July it was 92 degrees in her house, and they just had a few fans that they're trying to circulate that air. And so I'm hoping that they're feeling pretty good today.
Oh, I can only imagine. They're probably all lying right there. Like, this is so good. Are there a couple stories that really stand out in your mind? I mean, have you been on one where you're like, shut up, I'm not crying, it's just dust in my eye?
Yeah. There was one that where they had condemned the furnace just because there was a crack in the heat exchanger, and I was actually there and can see there's carbon monoxide leaking in there, and so it was a huge health hazard.
Oh, that's scary.
So it was fantastic to be able to help that family.
What would you like to see this grow into? I mean, do you want to just do more of these kind of jobs, that very personal one-to-one? Do you want the word to spread that you guys are there to help? What would you like to see happen?
I mean, we've only got so much resources. Luckily, Lennox and some of our dealers are
You've
helping
been
us out.
very generous. You've
Yeah.
been very generous.
I mean, there's only so much we can do, but we definitely want to continue to help out our community. I mean, we are so grateful for everything that happens to us as a company and everything that comes to us, and we want to provide to our community.
It's interesting though, because I think aside from the incredible good that you're doing, which is obvious, you guys are also presenting an example for other businesses. Because there might be other businesses who would think, oh, well, I don't really have a product that really relates in any kind of in-need situation. But you guys are like, no, they totally need air conditioning, or they totally need heating.
Yeah.
So you're actually the example that shows there's absolutely something that you do that people need.
Yeah, I mean, I would love it if more companies would do this, because there's so many families out there right now that have no AC. And they're cooking, and it can be a health hazard, especially if there's newborn babies in the house. I would like for other companies to help as well. I mean, I would love to, get some sort of community grouping with the UPD and more companies involved and get more families the services they need.
I think this is absolutely wonderful. If people wanted to reach you and maybe check in and see if they had someone they could nominate for this, where would they be able to reach you?
Normally they've been reaching the UPD,
Okay.
or they can call 801-590-3625, and that's Black Diamond Experts.
I hate to say this, but that would be my number one reason to call you guys first, because it'd be like, no, because they have all the babies and stuff. I'm totally going there first. But that is amazing. Thank you so much for all the ones that you've done.
Yeah, thank you.
One last thing. Is there a challenge you want to give to other companies? I'm trying to think of a nice way to do this, so it doesn't sound like we're going, ha ha ha, we do it first. But yeah, is there a challenge you want to offer?
I mean, if any other companies want to call us up, join us on this, we'd love to get more help. Any company that's out there that has the means and wants to help us as well, give us a call or give UPD a call and see if you want to join us on this commitment to help our community. We'd love to have you guys help us as well.
Or if there's ridiculously wealthy philanthropists who are thinking, what should I do with all my money? I can't help but feel that UPD and Black Diamond could buy even more of life-saving equipment should you be willing to volunteer.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You guys are amazing.
Yes, thank you.
All right, we'll be right back in a couple of minutes. We still have bizarre things to tell you about an ex-child bride who's now suing the polygamous church, the FLDS, for marrying her off at a very young age. We'll tell you next.
Todd and Erin's Morning Stream, brought to you by Black Diamond Experts. Electric, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. You'll be glad you called an expert. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com. The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is actually available anytime at gephardtdaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page.
Welcome back to the Todd and Erin Morning Stream on GetPartDaily.com. All right, so child bride.
Now, I find this very, very interesting. There's been a lot of stories recently about the FLDS church. Obviously, a lot of arrests. They've been finding ridiculous amounts of money that have been funneled into the hands of the...
And they caught the guy.
The hierarchy of the Jeffs. And so the more you hear about it, and the more angry I get, I guess, for the members who really sincerely thought they were doing God's work and they were trying to do the right thing.
Right.
But I'm even madder for the kids, because it's like, really, you're going to marry your 14-year-old daughter off to some old member of the church. Well, one of the girls who had been raised and she talks about it, she says, we're raised to be submissive, we're raised to think that this is our duty and that we should be grateful. Well, she was married at the age of 14.
Good grief.
14 years old, and she said, look, they're still doing child marriages in the FLDS church. She says, just because Warren Jeff's imprisoned doesn't mean that's not happening. So she decided what she wanted to do was to take it to the courts and see if she could sock him where it would really hurt in the wallet.
Oh.
Because they have a surprisingly wealthy base.
Right.
And so she wanted to make sure that didn't get to go there. So the first thing that she did is she filed a personal injury suit that basically involved her and the fact that she was 14 and all these things happened. And of course, Jeffs, who was on the run, didn't answer the summons, so the judge gave it to her, and so she received a judgment. The second thing she went to, though, is that she filed a second lawsuit involving personal injury for a larger group, and she managed to find 3 or 4 other people.
Step forward.
Yeah, that are still in hiding, but they were able to step forward and file the suit. They're going under assumed names for protection because 2 or 3 of them have literally just barely run away. And so it's for their safety to make sure that they're not involved. But she did a class action suit, which I think is epic.
Oh, that's funny.
And so they're also saying if you do feel like you want to run out, she's using the money that she got from her first settlement to say, I'll get you in a safe place and we'll hook you up, and then you're welcome to join the lawsuit if you'd like to.
Oh, fun.
And so the second lawsuit's going to go for like long-term PTSD help, like therapeutic help, job training help, all of that. And to me, that is like, A, it's completely illogical, and B, it's going to kill him. He's going to die knowing all of his
What's
money's
the
gone.
fact that they were marrying underage girls? I mean, that's got to be a whole other range of charges.
Well, that's
doesn't
one
it?
reason he's in prison, I believe.
Okay.
So anyway, congratulations. I think Alyssa Wall is absolutely amazing. I think she's a genius, and I hope that she wins this next class action suit.
And speaking of idiot criminals,
Oh, okay.
you have a story about people and.
Let's go through some of the basic tenets of being a successful thief.
May I? I'll
Yes,
be
of
able
course.
to play the thing.
You be a successful thief.
All right.
Thief, let us say that I have many things in my home that are valuable.
Yes. Tell me more.
Okay, and so you sneak in the dead of night or under cover of darkness or
Okay,
I don't know,
right,
whatever,
right.
and you take those things, right?
They're all mine.
Now, at this point, if you were going to try to get rid of them, you would do it in some sort of
I'd take 'em-
sneaky, underhanded way,
I would
right?
take them to a fence.
Do they have those anymore?
Pawn dealers.
Probably, yeah.
They don't.
Oh, okay. So, I just...
With my stuff, then, what am I going to do?
So let me ask you, would it seem
Yeah.
logical to you to open an account on eBay
Yes.
and a Facebook page
Yes.
and then start selling highly recognizable heirlooms and things identified easily by the identification code on the bottom of, say, the expensive crystal or the gold coin collection or any of those? Do you think that that would seem wise?
Sure, I'm a criminal. I didn't go to school.
So basically, it was pretty much easy for the Duchesne police force.
You got to think though, if it's eBay, it's international, So you're thinking people are looking for that item. They'd be looking for.
Except for they listed it under Roosevelt Small Town Underground Antiques and Collectibles.
Okay, that's a bad thing.
So pretty much all that the Roosevelt Sheriff's Department had to do was go on Facebook and eBay and go, oh, Roosevelt. And they go, oh, look, that looks exactly like the
I
pictures.
bet you they friended him. I bet you I request your friendship.
So basically, after kind of looking through it and going, well, there's like about 16 arrests. They literally had 16 arrest forms. Forms of stolen goods.
Right.
And they'd matched everything up with the insurance photos, and they went, yeah, that's pretty much them.
That's awesome.
They basically went to their house, pulled up the cache of stolen goods and memorabilia that they've been selling on Facebook and eBay, and just to add the icing onto the cake for Travis Cook, they also recovered a, quote, baseball-sized quantity of crystal meth. So I'm guessing between the theft charges and the crystal meth, this is not going to be a highly successful time for him.
No, he's an idiot.
Not to mention he apparently also bragged to the sheriffs that he was making $12,000 a month selling this stuff online.
What the heck?
So on the bright side, you can put that towards your bail.
I don't think there'll be any bail. I think you're going to prison.
It
All
just
right.
seems to me counterintuitive to be advertising this on Facebook.
Yeah, it's a little sad. But you know what we need to do is get some international news from Daisy at this point.
All right, so we should go to the Gephardt Daily Newsroom, and that's something we can do. Robert J. DeBry and Associates. If you need help, Robert J. DeBry is your man. Just go to robertdebry.com for more information. Executive Transportation, our friend March and his fleet of incredibly sweet Escalades take you everywhere for a delightfully affordable price and professional service. Just go to executiveutah.com to book your ride. And Black Diamond Experts. That's electric, plumbing, heating, and air. Just go to blackdiamondexpert.com for service. Daisy, good morning. What's going on?
Hello again, Todd and Erin. Here's a look at the headlines from around the world being featured on GephartDaily.com. President Donald Trump is heading to Hamburg, Germany for the G20 Economic Summit, which meets today. He is also expected to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Kremlin officials said the meeting between Trump and Putin will be a full-fledged sit-down bilateral meeting on the sidelines of the summit. And craft store chain Hobby Lobby must pay $3 million and return a number of historic artifacts related to the Bible that were improperly brought into the United States. The Justice Department announced a settlement with the Oklahoma-based store chain, which says Hobby Lobby began bringing items into the country from Iraq nearly a decade ago. Legendary pilot Amelia Earhart may have survived the 1937 disappearance of her plane, a television documentary says, basing its theory on a recently found photograph. The photo was discovered in 2012 and is believed to have been taken by a photographer later executed by the Japanese military, and possibly shows Earhart and navigator Fred Noonan on a dock in the Marshall Islands. Amelia Earhart, The Lost Evidence, airs 9 p.m. Eastern Time Sunday on the History Channel. And that's it for this edition of World Headlines. For more news from around the globe and here at home, go to gebhardtdaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
All right, we are back. The Todd and Erin morning stream on gebhardtdaily.com.
Mm-hmm.
Now, should we do this coming up next?
I think that's probably for the best. But coming up next, I want to know about this flying first class thing.
Oh! And it's so easy. And this guy has hacked it, and I'll tell you what it is coming up next.
I really want to know.
I know.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. And also by Columbus Travel. If you go to columbusvacations.com, you can sign up for a weekly newsletter that always has great last-minute deals on hotels, airfare, cruises, and more. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin morning stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and gebhardtdaily.com?
All right, so what we're gonna do is people in the production booth.
What was the screaming from?
Sure, I don't want to know.
Given them, that's probably true.
Here's the deal: fly first class.
Now,
No, wait. When you're sitting there, Erin and I have been sitting there in coach, right? And we're on a trip someplace, so maybe we're being a little chummy or something like that. And there's always that moment where the person comes, the official person comes walking down the aisle and is glancing around, and you're like, what? And all of a sudden you realize that they're getting closer to you, and you're like, no. And they get really close and they go, excuse me, would you like to upgrade to first class? And when that happens to us, it's happened a couple different times.
And then the chorus rings behind you, and then you stand up and everyone looks at you in despair. Because they all know they're getting that really cellophane-wrapped sandwich that's been made 3 weeks ago. And you are going to be going into first class where there'll be lobster and dancing girls and champagne flowing from fountains.
Oh, and you sit there and you
and
go.
it basically ruins you for flying for the rest of your entire life.
Right. So that's happened to us. But here is a way to do it, and this guy doesn't even pay for first class.
Tell me how he's doing this, because I'm really excited.
I want to go through this very carefully. So he's pretty clever, and this is how it is. This is how you get an entire 3-seat row to yourself. Right? All right. Now, when he flies alone, he just books an economy class ticket, and he gets in the center of the 3 seats.
Which is like the world's worst punishment, because you have no elbow room, you don't get the side, you don't get the window, you're stuck in the middle. It's the worst
Now,
possible
when you
seat.
do this, usually that means that it's not a full flight. No one will want to sit next to you, and they can sit somewhere else. And if it's a couple, they don't want to split up on either side of you. So that's a very smart thing.
So you're squatting malevolently in the middle seat going, yeah.
Man spreading. Mm-hmm. Man spreading.
Probably, yeah.
And then here's another simple way. It's a pro tip. Is you go to Pop Sugar. You get the aisle. That's where it's from. You get the aisle and window seat if you're flying with someone. So you leave the middle open.
Oh.
And when you leave the middle open, it's often left open because no one wants them.
Exactly.
No one wants to book. So you book your flight. I say, I want number 1 and number 3. And you don't book the number 2 seat. And when other people are booking their seats, they don't want it. So if the flight is a little less than full,
then you're the one they bump up.
And then you get, and then you have it,
Nice. So you either get bumped up if you're that middle seat person.
Right.
Or you get really the luxury of the whole row for the two of you.
Yeah.
If you book on either side.
Yeah.
That's very
then
clever.
of course you have to afford the ticket in the first place. So
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
you know, there's always kidneys to sell. That's what the black market is for.
that's what staycations are about, or we like to call them succations. All right, teaching. What? It's true.
What is wrong with you?
It's true. Oh no, we just prefer sitting in the backyard spraying the kids down with a hose.
Okay, one of my favorite things in the entire world, and this is a lot like Black Diamond Experts that was just on, where they saw a need and so they jumped into it.
Yeah.
This is another guy who's this genius coder. He writes code for big companies.
Yeah.
And there's a big shortage of people who can do that. Writing code is an art, but it's also something you can learn pretty quickly. And so, you know, everyone always goes, we support our veterans. Our veterans are great. They deserve. But you
Which
don't,
they do.
And which 3,000% they do, but you don't see a lot of people stepping forward to go, I want to help you.
Okay.
So what he came up with is he was thinking about this and he went, I'm going to start a foundation. So he started the foundation and then he talked to Boudica Tech down in Lehi, Utah, and he said, I want to start a fundraiser, make some money, and then I want to pay for scholarships
Right.
for veterans to come home and to go to college here, learn how to code, and set them on a whole different direction.
And
in
you know
life.
what's nice about it too is if there's been any injuries and stuff like that, one can usually sit and code.
Precisely, that's it. I mean, this is something that's available to everybody. There's not an access issue. I mean, and so what they've done, they said, it's Operation Pay It Forward. It's an amazing team effort. And he says, look, this is a 12-week course. And he says, coming out of this, you'll pull down an average of $60,000 to $70,000 a year. For a veteran, he said, for an average veteran who gets back out of the service,
Right.
average income is about $40,000 a year.
Right.
So you've already almost doubled it, right? And he says within 3 or 4 years, they'll be making 6 figures. I think
So
that's...
whoa. 12-week course, how much?
They come out going pulling down $60,000 to $70,000. You're not a veteran, because the class is only for veterans, taught by veterans, and at little or no cost to veterans. And so the organizers are hoping that the veterans who graduate from the program will pay it forward, and then come back and support other veterans who are taking the classes now. So the first class for veterans, by the way, the next upcoming course is July 10th. And if you know somebody who you think could benefit, who would be a good fit for this, you can go to codeimpactfoundation.org. That's codeimpactfoundation.org. I'll put this up on the Todd and Erin page on getpartdaily.com as well. But I love the idea of this. You're being taught by
I'm
a
not
veteran.
a veteran. They said go home.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
But that's really cool. Everybody knows someone that maybe needs a change of direction.
And you think about how so many people come out of service feeling overwhelmed, and they had such a focused task, such an important thing to do, you know, preserving and saving the country.
Right.
And then they come back and they're adrift, and maybe there's PTSD issues, or as you talked about, you know, injury issues that may preclude them from doing other things. But
Right.
with coding, you can do it. I think it's genius.
All
so
right.
once again, it's codeimpactfoundation.org. And the first class is next week if you want to talk to somebody about it.
All right, so this is the awkward moment in the show where we have to say goodbye. And
It's awkward for us. It's probably a relief for you.
Yeah, we try it a lot of different ways, and we've done some fun stuff and some serious stuff and some pretty stuff, shots from around the mountains and such of Utah. Today we thought you'd show you a superhero dog. It's Bill's dog. Watch this.
No,
Guy
Riley.
Guy jumps in the pool. The dog swims around till the person surfaces.
Oh, that's so funny.
He comes in. You hang on to his collar, and he swims you to shore.
That is the most adorable thing I have ever seen. Oh, look at... And Riley just looks so intent and determined, too. Look at him.
And the dog is gone.
No, I love how he waits till just till he gets into the
Watch.
shallow.
Here we go.
Oh, that's so funny.
He's looking for him. Hey, where are you? Grab the collar.
Oh, that
off
is
we go.
hysterical.
Yeah. You know what our dog would do? Our dog would look at us and go, "Where's the food again?"
Yeah, did you leave some snacks out? Because
we have
I'm a
plenty?
little... I got low blood sugar.
You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you on
Oh,
Monday
Riley.
morning. Todd and Erin morning stream on getpartdaily.com.